Janet, here's a question for you that I think touches everybody that's watching this video for sure. So do you have any advice on how to work with coworkers or even people in our own individual lives, our personal lives, who push back against inclusivity efforts and just basically chalk it up to it's a fad, it's a trend?
You know what? I love it when people come to me with that one, because my typical response is, you know, maybe. And how do you feel about that? How are you dealing with that? How does it, how does it make you feel on a given day? And I let them stand there for a few seconds, just looking stupid, unless I'm in a bad mood, and I let them stand a little bit longer then. And then finally I say, if you think it's a fad, then you're in trouble, because diversity and inclusivity are all about you. Inclusivity is about embracing diversity, which is you. And I go from there and say, there's no exemplar of humanhood or personhood. There's no one model for what humans should be. So that means everybody is diverse. And I hate to hear people say stuff like, diverse people. Not only is that stupid, it's a redundancy, because everybody has some form of diversity. So if diversity and inclusivity are a fad, then you're in trouble. Now, on the other hand, if you look at the way companies deal with inclusivity, the way they show it out in the world, you might actually think it is a fad. Think about it: Juneteenth ice cream, rainbow flags on the back of your social media posts when you're actually giving money and filling the coffers of politicians that are doing their very best to strip LGBTQI plus communities of all their rights. Now, maybe that kind of performative communication raises some awareness, maybe a little bit, but it really doesn't speak to any commitment to equity. It's about basically just getting some marginalized group, whatever the marginalized group of the moment is, to buy your products. That is a fad. So if they ask me that and they look at it that way, that's faddish. But inclusivity, it's not a fad unless you're not human.
Right. And I, being a lesbian woman, being a gay woman, is, to think of my identity as some sort of a fad is just kind of encompassed within 30 days in the middle of the year. Doesn't make me feel very good.
It's not, like I said, it's only a fad if you're not human, because inclusivity is an issue for every one of us, because every one of us is diverse. And that's the problem. There are people who, even if they don't articulate it, consider themselves the standard. So everybody else is diverse from them. Diversity is for those people over there, for those folks. It's for all of us. And so if inclusivity is a fad, if it's at risk, then we're all in trouble. And perhaps maybe rather than standing around and asking me stupid questions like that, stupid shit like that, they might need to go check and see what they're going to do for themselves, because they're in trouble too.
Yeah, they need to see that they are themselves part of the DEI work. Thank you very much, Janet. Really appreciate it.